This is the second battle between AK and Iraklis in the I Choose You tournament. Iraklis has chosen Suebi this time, and Massilia is commanded by AK. So here is Iraklis' army. 1, 2... Let's see, Wodenas, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 Wodenas, 2 Spear Levy in the center, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Bloodthorn. For cavalry, he has Germanic Scout Riders and some Noble Riders, actually. This, once again, a very peculiar Suebi army, but I think I can see what he's going for here. And for Massilia, we have the Massilian cavalry, Celtic warriors, Levy freemen, axe warriors, Massilian hoplites. This is a lot closer to what you'd expect Massilia to bring anyway, with Levy freemen, axe warriors, and Celtics. So a bit more of a traditional approach there by AK in his army. Now let's see if Ariovistus is on the field. You know, Ariovistus might be banned in this tournament because Iraklis is not commanding Ariovistus. Or it might just be a bit of that Iraklis flavor, wanting to win without using Ariovistus. So what this army of Iraklis allows him to do is it allows him to put the hurt on cavalry with Germanic Scout Riders. It allows him to safeguard his front lines from Hippeus with a bunch of spears. The thing is though, a unit of Wodenas won't take a charge from Hippeus very well at all. But charging into an infantry blob like this, even though there are only 2 lines, a lot of javelins are going to be incoming. And if he manages to get charges in, tie units down with Wodenas and Spear Levy, follow up with Bloodthorn, Massilia could be in trouble. But this is, I mean, the Bloodthorn have to contend with Levy freemen and Celtics and axe warriors and Massilian hoplites. The reason why this army is legal for Iraklis is of course the rules of the tournament, favoring low tier units. So the more low tier units you bring, the more high tier units you can bring. The more mid tier units you can bring, the more mid tiers you can bring, the more elites you can bring, and so on. So an attempt at trying to balance things out in terms of army compositions. Now the Massilian hoplites in the center here, the Celtic slingers are going to be largely unopposed in this battle. There are no skirmishers for Suebi. And being Suebi, Iraklis is of course pushing, keeping the Wodenas in front, Bloodthorn behind. Spear Levy seem content to just be hanging around at the moment. But I'm really curious how well, because it seems like, I mean, 1 Spear Levy and 1 Bloodthorn, the best thing they can hope for is to be able to tie down enemy units. So here it is, the Spear Levy is being sent in, charging. Here come the Hippeus Lancers right into the Spear Levy. The Spear Levy are still going to be able to tie down several units. Spear Levy getting hit by Hippeus here. So they took the brunt of that Hippeus assault, which might have been very dangerous. Now, I don't quite understand why AK is continually running away here. He's managing to get some good engagements with the Hippeus. But as long as those Hippeus are not supported, he's going to be losing a very important strategic asset. The Hippeus go in, the infantry follows up, knocking down the Suebi units, because this isn't an Ariovistus rush at all. Bloodthorn throwing their precursors against the Massilian cav. The Massilians should do well against Wodenas in phalanx. The Wodenas are getting the attack in the rear penalty here, losing to Celtic warriors and Hippeus Lancers. But the Suebi army is looking exceptionally shaky at the moment. The Bloodsworn just cannot get charged by cavalry. Look at the kills on the Epeios here. They're going to increase to over 100. Just as I say that, they pull out, so they're not going to increase to over 100. They're going to be at just below 100. But look at these cheeky little Levy Freemen here, getting into the Germanic Scout Riders. Just managing to escape are these Germanic Scouts. Celtic warriors getting charged by the Wodenas here. The noble riders turn around and face the Epeios. The noble riders though, only a 10 bonus versus large. They should be able to get some Epeios Lancers off the field though, which is very important for Suebi in the late game here. Now the Germanic Scout Riders getting rid of the Epeios Lancers, so Massilia's infantry is holding, but it seems to me like the Massilian cavalry could be off the field in the late game. There is an almost full strength unit of Epeios over here. This Massilian cav got a really nice rear charge into this Bloodsworn and the Wodenas. Only medium, but it should help these Massilian hoplites a lot in the coming fight. But in the back here, 2 Germanic Scout Riders and 1 full strength Noble Rider. That might be a problem for these Massilian units. But Massilia actually has some more cavalry. They have these Epeios and they have the various Epeios units over here. And all they need is 1 charge against the Bloodsworn and they will absolutely devastate them. But here come the Germanic Scout Riders into the back of the Axe Warriors. Not going to like that in terms of morale. The Levy Freemen, of course, not going to like getting charged by heavy melee cav. And the Germanic Scouts charging into the Axe Warriors again. Cavalry counter tactics being used by the Wodenas as a last desperate measure, but there are only there were 30 Wodenas remaining in that unit. So they're going to be able to kill a few Epeios before the cavalry counter tactics wear out. The Noble Riders getting charged here by the Epeios, it seems, but they turned around to face them, and turning around once again to face the Celtic warriors, getting into the Axe Warriors as well there. The Noble Riders are doing a really good job now in the late game, and they have to, because a lot of the infantry has been killed. Riders of the Hunt poking down some Celtic slingers, and the general, the Wodenas Bear general, has been protected, so he's still alive. And the Massilian hoplites attacked in the rear by the Bloodsworn. So what you usually see in these battles where Bloodsworn are brought is that some Bloodsworn do very poorly, and Bloodsworn that are able to charge in and support fights, they do really well because of their bonus versus infantry. Now the Suebi units menacingly watching the fight here of the Massilian hoplites and the Bloodsworn. The Bloodsworn are actually winning decisively here, and Massilia is struggling. These Massilian units kind of zoned out of the battle. Bloodsworn at 100 kills, and this is the coup de grace of the general, Massilian general. Heroic last stand here, as the men of Suebi are cheering on the fight. Quite an epic ending. Now there's just nothing Massilia can do at this point. The general might not be completely dead yet. He might be one of those little fellows running off the battlefield here. Somewhere. Might be, yeah. The general is probably one of these guys. Yeah, here he is. That's the general. So he needs to die before the penalty comes into play. Let's see if he dies. No, he's just walking around. the middle of these horses. Yeah, costly victory there for Iraklis. And yeah, with the Bloodthorn, some Bloodthorn hardly get any killing done. Some Bloodthorn do very well. Again, probably the weirdest Suebi army you'll see in the tournament. 8 Bloodthorn, 4 Wodenas, 2 Spear Levy, and a very, very standard Massilian army composition here. Aside from this Hoplite and yeah, basically aside from the Hoplite. Might expect to see some more Celtics in there or something, but might not be legal for AK going by the rules of the tournament. The Hippeus overall, they do well, but there were just so many infantry units for them to kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 15 infantry here. And Massilia didn't slack on the infantry either. They brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 infantry. But the Bloodthorn rush was just too much. But it cannot be downplayed, the importance of these noble riders, the riders of the hunt and the Germanic scouts, because without their contribution, you would see a lot more kills on these Hippeus, I think. Strength and honor.